It's a new week, which means it's time for a new Monday Musing with Left of Lansing's Pat Johnston. Muse away, Pat.
Here's the Monday Musing for March 23rd of 2026. Last Monday, we talked about how the Trump regime's doubling down of fossil fuel energy while gutting clean energy will lead to more deadly storms that we've experienced in Michigan during the recent history. And MAGA Republicans in Congress and in Michigan's legislature are more than happy to aid and abet it. This week, let's talk about the economic impacts of the Trump regime's insanity to slash clean energy in Michigan. As Dear Leader's little vice president and tech bro water boy, J.D. Vance, visited Michigan last week to apparently celebrate how Trump's economy is decimating the state, gas prices in Michigan rose 33 cents this past week as they now average around $3.92 a gallon. And of course, that's mostly because of Dear Leader Trump and Bibi Netanyahu's war on Iran. It's amazing, isn't it, how the corrupt and genocidal Netanyahu couldn't find an American president to go along with his deranged dreams of starting a war in Iran for the past 35 years. But then, Dear Leader Trump came in and Bibi got the guy he's been dreaming of having in the White House to finally greenlight his war. A war that's already cost American lives, thousands of Iranian lives, not to mention $20 billion in American taxpayer money. I mean, I'd rather have that money stay right here and be spent on working class Americans. What about you? And here's another way that money could be spent on clean energy jobs. Once again, the working class is learning the lesson of how Middle Eastern wars lead to higher energy costs since we remain beholden to multinational oil and gas companies. I mean, not only would having solid investments in solar, wind, and other clean energy initiatives make us less dependent on fossil fuels, but they create thousands of jobs within the state. However, thanks to the Trump regime, not only are we paying skyrocketing energy costs and gas prices, but we're gutting clean energy investments as well. According to Bridge Michigan's Kelly House, the Trump regime cut $540 million in clean energy funding directed towards the state. In addition, the regime's EPA cut $153 million in funding that would go to Michigan from the federal Solar for All program. So far, some 7,000 clean energy jobs have been lost, according to Climate Power. Plus, the regime's EPA, which is staffed by oil and gas industry insiders and longtime climate change deniers, says that it could no longer provide funding due to the MAGA Big Beautiful Bill, which slashed clean energy funding. So we're paying economically, environmentally, and healthcare-wise for this bill, which is why I always will call it the MAGA murder budget. And we can thank Michigan congressional Republicans like John James, who's running for governor, Lisa McClain, Tom Barrett, Bill Huizenga, Jack Bergman, Tim Walberg, and my Congressman John Molinar for joining Dear Leader Trump in slashing jobs in Michigan. And I don't know about you, but with gas prices going out of control, maybe federal incentives for EV cars wouldn't be the worst thing in the world right now. And we're getting higher electric and gas prices while billionaire tech bros and political elites are fighting to get job and energy-sucking AI data centers in Michigan, something both Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer and Republican Speaker of the House Matt Hall support. This type of arcane and anti-intellectual thinking goes back to the first days of the first real MAGA president, Ronald Reagan. During the Reagan administration's second term, officials quietly removed solar panels from the White House roof, which were installed by Democratic President Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan's predecessor. And while the Reagan White House said they were removed due to roof repairs, it's obvious that officials made the symbolic move to please oil and gas industry insiders. Reagan's Attorney General, Edwin Meese, made the decision to get rid of the solar panels, and then Meese would later work for a right-wing think tank where he wrote memos to the Republican George W. Bush White House begging it to stall climate change bills in Congress back in 2008. So let this be yet another example, for as much as MAGA Republicans tried to paint themselves as being different from old guard Republicans, they're just the same. Whether it's neoconservative wars to enrich the defense contractor industry, or tax cuts for billionaires in the Epstein class, or covering up those billionaire elites inside the child sex trafficking ring of Jeffrey Epstein, or funneling billions of dollars to the oil and gas industry while trashing clean American energy independence, MAGA Republicans are the same as any Republican. And as usual, it's the working class that pays the price. leftoflansing@gmail.com is the best way to reach me. Subscribe to the podcast and also subscribe to Left of Lansing on YouTube. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, the Gram, and Facebook. Take the battle to them.